spotlighted you. And the interesting part is, जो admin होता है ना, जैसे मैं gallery view करूँगा तो YouTube पे भी gallery view दिखने लगता है. अगर मैं speaker view करूँगा तो सिर्फ speaker view दिखता है. तो I'll keep on toggling accordingly. Okay, we are live. Over to you, Toastmaster Neha.
Good morning, fellow Toastmasters and my dear guests. As you all know, my name is Neha and I am the SAR for today's meeting. I welcome you all to the 177th meeting of Bright Beginning Toastmaster Club. So let's have a huge round of applause for all of us. Like we have completed 176 meetings. Before starting the meeting, I would like to mention few ground rules that we follow in every Toastmasters meeting. So the first rule is, as Toastmaster, we do not talk about sex, caste, and religion. So refrain talking about these topics. Second, please keep yourself on mute if you are not talking. And the third is, if you are going out, please switch off your video. As everybody in their life has a goal or mission to achieve, likewise, in our Toastmaster Club also, we have a mission to provide a safe learning experience where members are empowered to talk freely and develop self-confidence. So with this, I announce this meeting as open and I hand over the stage to our PO, who is Toastmaster Suraj. Over to you, Toastmaster Suraj.
Thank you, Toastmaster Neha. With this 177th meeting of Bright Beginning Toastmaster Club, it's very exciting morning today, and since there is no guest, the regular agenda we follow, and I hand over the stage to Toastmaster of the day. Toastmaster, sorry.
I would like to hear something about our meetings, Toastmaster Suraj, from you.
Okay.
Or how do you feel about our club or Asian Games or life in general?
So this club is so exciting. We enjoy every meeting of the club, and we try to spend almost two hours every week, and we try to grab lots of knowledge and learning from this meeting. And we are very fortunate that Toastmaster Club, the format we available with us, is so exciting that we devoting 2 hours in this meeting is very fruitful for each one of us. In our life, there's so many challenges we face on daily basis. This communication skills and the purpose of this club is helping us to meet those challenges on our daily life, whether it is when we talk to your bosses, when you talk to your even your son, your daughter, when you talk to your wife, you will get lots of help from this club. And the like we have a table topic. This helps us to firm up our view impromptu and share views on any topic impromptu. This helps us to build up our knowledge and thought in such a way that you can present your views with anyone in front of large audience, in front of large gathering, with full confidence and uh, with lots of courage. So this is all about the Toastmaster Club, and we are lucky enough to have here, and all of us being a veteran member of the club, and on that we learn from each one of us. I'm thankful to all of us that we really even if I'll take example of myself. I learn on daily basis on this every week on this club when we meet to all of you. And today also I'm expecting lots of learning from this meeting. And with this, I hand over this stage to Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Neetal, to and and this with this exciting topic. What was the topic? This moment.
The inner game of stress.
Energy of stress. Inner game of stress, right? I'll hand over to Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Neetal. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Suraj, for it. Taking over the presiding officer of the day role. So today, how many of you talk about, how many of you heard this sentence in everyday life, or how many of you have said, I am so stressed? Show of raise of hands. How many of keep repeating the sentence every day? So in today's life, this is so common that we keep emphasizing, I am so stressed, I'm so stressed, I'm so stressed. But did we take a reflection on why we keep saying this word? Why we never hear kids saying, I'm so stressed. Why? Can you take a guess why kids don't say? Kids with 3 years or 5 years, not with kids of 8-10 years, because they keep saying more than us these days.
They play it out. They burn
Yes.
their energy.
Yes. And anyone else?
The concept of stress is not in their vocabulary or their psyche.
Yeah. And
They don't think about it. They just do it, whatever they want to do.
okay. And did we ever think, when they can do it, why can't we? Why are we so much focused to keep emphasizing that word in our head, to keep telling about we are stressed, we are stressed? And what makes us stressed? Can you take a guess? What are the stress factors in your life? Anyone?
Trying to get to this meeting on time.
Good thinking.
Okay.
I think what other people will think of you, I think that's a big stress point.
Okay, agreed. And so did you ever think, we enjoy attending the meeting, as Bob said, he volunteered for the role, but then he said it is a stressful activity for him to get on time. So the source of enjoyment has become the source of stress. Is it right? We like work, we want a job, but then our jobs makes us stress. Yes? We like to hang out with friends, we want to meet them, go and meet them, but then traveling makes us stress. So our source of enjoyment has become the source of stress for us. Do you agree with this statement?
And no one but our VP Education is responsible for such stress.
Yeah. So we'll discuss. So this book, what I'm discussing today, is book name is The Inner Game of Stress. And I would like to talk about it more in the later phase of the meeting. So the book is written by Galway W. Timoth. He has written many books. So one of his famous book is The Inner Game of Golf, and how he takes the game of golf and he wrote many books based on that after the book was successful on Inner Game of Golf. So instead of taking that book, I took Inner Game of Stress, as it was the book I was reading, and I thought, let me present it as a Timoth theme. So with this, I would like to present the agenda of the meeting. So as every meeting has an agenda, Toastmasters has also an agenda. So first lot will be prepared speeches. So we have 3 prepared speeches today. And then we will have table topics. Our table topic master Bob has joined lately. And then we will have the evaluation for all the speeches and the table topics. So with this, I would like to invite our Toastmaster General Evaluator of the day, Toastmaster Anshuman. A big clap.
Thanks a lot, Toastmaster Day, Toastmaster Neetal. At the end of every meeting, Toastmaster meeting, it's important we get the right feedback to improve upon our future roles. And that aspect is played by the speech evaluators and the evaluators for the meeting, which fondly, as we call it, the tag team, along with the general evaluator, which is the role I'll be playing today. We'll be sharing feedback with all of you of how you performed in the meeting today and how you can improve upon it in the future. Starting with the role of timer and our counter for today morning, we have our beloved Toastmaster Mayank. The Toastmaster Mayank request you to share the context behind both the rules. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Anshuman, for that last minute surprise to me. I thought I was the timer, but nonetheless, I will pick up the role of general language evaluator. So,
as an R counter, Toastmaster Mayank. Grammarian I can take.
Okay, perfect. So as an R counter, we always need support while walking, of our 2 strong legs. And when they fall apart or are not so strong, we use crutches. In public speaking, words like, so, think, these are also crutches whose help we take when we are talking to take and let our mind think on new aspects, and we hold on. And these are called fillers or pause words. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take account of all of these pauses and fillers and present a log or my report when called upon by the general evaluator, Toastmaster Anshuman. Over to you.
Thanks a lot, Toastmaster Mayank. I'll also be donning the hat of a grammarian, and my role will be to note down any good usages, not so good usages in the meeting. And my duty is also to share the word of the day. So the word of the day today is mesmerize. So mesmerize means to hold the attention of someone entirely, to the interest or amaze someone so much that nothing else is seen or noticed. The word is often used in the phrase be mesmerized. And the example that I've shared is the crowd was mesmerized by the flawlessly synchronous movements of the acrobats. I look forward to be mesmerized by our meeting today, and I request you to use the word generously, and whenever anyone uses the word, we all know you have to show a thumbs up. Thank you, everyone. I'll also be back with my general evaluation report at the end of the meeting. Over to you. Yes,
timer rule.
Okay. I thought, okay. All right. Toastmasters Mayank, if you can also share the context of the timer rule that we have.
You may go on and on and on, and people will find you boring. Or when given an opportunity, you may not speak at all. Rationalizing that time is important, like preparing Maggie, as I heard Toastmaster Pankaj talking about. And as a timer, it is our responsibility that we bind ourselves to a time. Otherwise, we don't want to be dozing off or, just not speaking our hearts out. So for prepared speech section, we have 3 speakers today, and they will get a time of 5 to 7 minutes. And at 5 minutes, I will share my screen using a Toastmasters website which is a new concept I have explored, wherein you put in the name of a member and a participant, and the timer cards will start, and the report will get auto-populated at the end of the meeting. So for timer for speeches for 5 to 7 minutes, at 5 minutes I'll flash the green card. At 5 minutes, at 6 minutes I'll flash the yellow card, and at 7 minutes I'll flash the red card. And you have another 30 seconds to wind it up. For table topic, the timing is 1 to 2 minutes. So at 1 minute I flash the green card. At 1 minute 30 seconds I flash the yellow card, and at 2 minutes I flash the red card, and the card will stay up until you conclude. You have another 30 seconds to wrap up from there. And for evaluation, for the 3 evaluators that we have, at 2, the timing is 2 to 3 minutes. So at 2 minutes, I'll flash the green card. At 2 minutes, 30 seconds, the yellow card. And at 3 minutes, the red card. And you have another 30 seconds to wind up. While called upon by the general evaluator, by Toastmaster and Shuman, I will present that report as well. Thank you, and over to you, general evaluator.
Thanks a lot, Toastmaster Mayank. And thanks a lot to our little small tag team and the speech evaluators for donning the role of evaluation for today. Over to you, Toastmaster Neetil, to take our stress away. And I look forward to meeting. Bye-bye.
So about the inner game. So when the book is based on 3 principles: non-judgmental awareness, trust in oneself, and the exercise of free and concise choice. So we will see how this is played about in this book and how we can be self-aware of our stress. So pressure versus challenge. So can anyone guess what is the difference between a pressure and a challenge? So you have to be interactive in this session with me so that I'll not bore you with my constant theory.
Toastmaster Nidal is challenging us to complete our level 3 this year, which is putting us all under a lot of pressure.
Yeah, both go hand in hand. Like, I don't think it's versus, it's pressure and challenge and pressure.
Okay. Anyone else want to take a guess? Okay.
Pressure is something that we feel while handling a challenge.
Yes.
So as Anshuman said, they go hand in hand.
Okay. So Neha, today you took a challenge for yourself that you want to present your speech. So is it your choice to add a pressure to it, or do you want to enjoy giving the speech? How do you think about the situation?
I think there was a pressure that I have to deliver a speech.
Okay.
And it was a challenge that I took.
Okay. So take an example of 7 years kid or 10-year kid. He will go out and play cricket. So he is taking challenge to score best, to score the highest run, and to do the good fielding and do the good bowling. But he is not taking a pressure, because for him it's a challenge. He wants to enjoy the process, achieve his goal, and do his best. But when we keep adding pressure, so the pressure, like in our company, if we are into a sales team, they add a pressure that you have to sell so X and Y product, or you have to achieve your target. But if they're giving you a challenge without adding the pressure, your performance will improve. So this book talks about that, how you can take up a challenge without adding a pressure, and that will eventually lead to a stress-free challenge. So when you don't have a challenge, you have a challenge but you don't have a pressure, you will not be under stress. You just want to give your 100% to do the activity without taking stress, whether you can achieve it or not. So today I will like to invite all my speakers to take up the challenge to give your best, but don't take a pressure of anyone judging you. It's for your activity that you're doing it, and you can try your best. So there is a thermometer called Got Stress. So you can actually take down a paper after the session, write down what are the stress factors in your life and how will you rate your stress factors. So the thermometer has displayed where are you in your life about your stress factors. Just write down on a piece of paper and then note it down. And then evaluate how you feel about it, whether it is a physical, emotional, mental, or social. So as I said in the beginning of the session, that our source of enjoyment, our source of requirement has become a source of our stress. We like to do a job, but that is adding a pressure. We like to give a speech, that is adding the pressure. And why are we even constantly thinking of pressure and taking the stress when we can do it without actually taking the stress and doing it stress free? So take an example of a cricketer, Dhoni or Virat Kohli, or your any other favorite cricketer. Are they taking stress to win the game, or they are trying to take a challenge that they want to win the game? You can evaluate your life stress also in the same way. So one more are two selves. So how many of you keep talking with yourself and keep what you call have a negative affirmations every day in your life? Can anyone talk like when they get up in the morning, how do they feel about themselves? Are they looking forward for the day, or are they stressed? Oh, one more day to begin with, like Monday blues. Can anyone tell about their like morning when as soon as they get up, how do they feel? How many people have this two selves in themselves?
I have it.
So how do you feel as soon as you get up?
Like, I think depending on the situation, I feel either of the two. It depends on the context of what the challenge is or what the threat is as per your diagrams.
Yeah. So this book talks about two selves. One is keep giving negative feeling, negative affirmations, or keep criticizing oneself that you can't do it, and then at the end of the day you can't do it. And other than that, when you try to have your second self reflected, why is it trying to pull you down? Because everyone knows we talk with ourselves more than with anyone else. We keep talking, we have thoughts all day long, either negative or positive or happy or sad. So when you try to be conscious and try to take out the stress factor, you can understand what is that pulling you back. So as the picture suggests, if there is a focused thinking, she could have hit the ball with the tennis. If no, then she has missed it. So we can take this up and think about it. What are we doing with our life? So with this, I would like to call upon stage our first prepared speech, Neha. So Neha evolution is being done by, sorry, who's Neha's evaluator is, sorry.
Toastmaster Suraj.
It's me, Suraj.
Suraj, okay. Yes, so Neha's evaluation is done by Suraj. So I would like to call upon stage Toastmaster Suraj.
Thank you, Toastmaster Neetal. It's a great TMOD subject, inner stress, and we would like to learn from this book. Okay, so on this on the speech section, I'd invite Toastmaster Neha to present her speech. The speech title is Pillars of Our Life, Level 2, Project 2, and the purpose of the project is for the member to deliver a speech with awareness of intentional and unintentional body language, as well as to learn, practice, and refine how she uses non-verbal communication when delivering a speech. With this, I invite Toastmaster Neha. Pillar of our life, Toastmaster Neha.
Just like Neetal, recently I read a very heart-touching novel. A novel that dives into the deep wisdom of life. It was a touching account of the author, Albert Mitch, with his interaction with his former college professor, Maury. the book basically revolves around the life lessons that Mitch learned during his visit to his professor, who was terminally ill with ALS, a debilitating disease. A disease because of which his condition is getting worse day by day. So, despite Maury's deteriorating health, he shares the insight and the life lessons that helped Mitch later in pursuing his dreams and focusing on what's important for him at that time. Not just this, Maury helped Mitch in reevaluating his priorities and focusing and helping him to focus on the little things and enjoy the little things in life. During their visit, they talked about every aspects of life, be it work, love, or life in general. Maury's insight towards life helped others, as well as while I was reading, I realized that this is how something we should live our life. While reading, I realized that throughout our life, we met a number of teachers who have somehow helped in our life when we were struggling. They were the mentors because of them who we are today. Not just this, these mentors have given us the power to help in our struggling days and provided us a platform to grow. So for some, that mentor could be a maths teacher whose knack of solving equation wasn't just confined to numbers. They gone above and beyond in solving the complexities of our life by providing their support at that time. They not just unravel the mysteries or the equations, but they somehow solved our problems. For others, that person could be an art teacher whose creative mind and positive thinking splashed colors in our dull life when we were in school or in college. Their wise words, their wisdom helped us to survive maybe a class or maybe the entire college life. For me, that teacher was my sister. Back in the days when I completed my 5th standard, I joined a new school and I hate everything about that school. I don't feel like myself at that school. It was something that during that phase, I started struggling in every subject. Most of all, my arch nemesis was mathematics. Like, I used to just find ways to just get rid of those mathematical equations. But at that time, my sister understood my struggle. She understood why I was feeling so low in that school or in that particular subject. She helped me in understanding mathematics, in understanding not just the mathematical equations, but she helped relating those mathematical equations with the real life problems that I was facing at that time. And you won't believe it, because of her guidance and support, I not only passed that class, but I aced in that subject. And till now, mathematics is my favorite subject. So, oftentimes, we met all these creators and pillars of this life who somehow sent a remark on ourselves and now when we remember those days, we realize that those were the actual pillars in our life. Because of them only we are here. But oftentimes, as time passes, we got so caught up in the whirlwind of life, we forget their impressions on our life. We get so busy that it seems that they were never part of our life. So with this, I want that all of us just remember their wisdom, their learnings, and their support that they provided at that time, and just say thank you to them, so that in future, if is there something happened or something came up, they were just a call away. Thank you, everyone.
A wonderful speech, Toastmaster Neha. I'll give 10 seconds to write down a personal feedback for her. So with this, I would like to continue my book presentation. So the Inner Game Learning Code Act. So awareness, choice, and trust. So these are the three things we keep hearing. So can anyone take a guess what the interdependence is between all these three? Okay. So awareness. So when we are driving, we are aware where we want to go, why do we want to go, and what is our destination. But if we are not aware, we are just driving without a path, without a goal. So being aware is the first choice, first awareness that you will make to be a stressful life. So if you're stressed about anything, be aware. What are you stressed about? Why are you stressed about? What is it doing it to you? And then making a choice. So being awareness, taking awareness into hand is the choice. So if you can be aware what is your problem in hand, then you can make a choice whether you want to, how do you want to deal with the problem. You can either bury your head in a sand and ignore that you have a problem, or take a conscious decision on how to resolve it. And the third factor is trust. So without the trust factor, choice and awareness doesn't play any role. So you have to trust in your inner process and your outer circumstances or your tools, whatever the tools you have. So say you're facing a challenge about not passing an exam. Then you are aware that you're not passing an exam. You have a choice whether to clear the exam or not to clear. And then the trust that you can study and get through it. And then making a conscious effort to deal with the problem. So your tree of stability. So this author suggests to take this picture and write down what are your stability. What are the first thing is roots. So what are your stability factors? Like your home is the stability, having a roof on your head is the stability, having food is the stability in your life, having a proper job is a stability in your life. And then write down in the leaves, write down what are the stress factors in your life. Your job is a stress, your home is a stress, having a toxic partner could be a stress, or not kids not listening to you is a stress. And then, and how much is the importance of the stress? So can just a tornado can blow it off? Can your tornado blow off your stress, or will it take a huge wind to blow it, or just a slight touch can blow it? So it depends on how crucial is your stress factor. So if your job is a stress, then you should be aware that job is a stress, and then what you can do about it, having a trust that you can get through it. So this diagram shows, write down what are your roots, stability, because if you don't have a stability in your life, then all other things will become tough to deal with. And then build a personal shield, that is persistence, courage, choice, clarity, awareness, and you can go on forth. What are your personal shield? How you can shield yourself with a stress? How can you overcome a challenge? And how can you deal with it by taking help of others or building a inner resource within yourself? So I'll continue this topic further. And now I like to call upon stage our second speaker of the day, Toastmaster Ashutosh. So Toastmaster Ashutosh evaluation is being done by our beloved Toastmaster Mayank Agarwal. So Toastmaster Mayank.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Needle. And our dear friend, Toastmaster Ashutosh, is going to be presenting a level 3 project for speech from the pathway dynamic leadership. The title of the speech is Yours Not Sincerely. And the purpose of this project by Toastmaster Ashutosh is to learn or review research methods and present a well-organized, well-researched speech on any topic of his choice. Over to you, Toastmaster Neethal.
So, Toastmaster Ashutosh, over to you.
Toastmaster Ashutosh, Toastmaster Ashutosh, yours not sincerely, Toastmaster Ashutosh.
In September of 2033, I have planned for a retirement party. You have heard it right, but you have guessed it wrong. This retirement party is planned 10 years in advance, but this is not for myself. I might retire even earlier. And yes, I'm not planning or anticipating getting fired from my job. I am planning to become a FIRE myself. You might have heard the popular financial acronym, financially independent, retiring early. Then whose retirement party I'm planning so well in advance? Any more guesses, please? Good morning, fellow Toastmasters and guests. The Barclays Bank of UK did a research and published it on 12th of September 23. As per their research, the formal English communication used in offices and businesses is going to retire within next 10 years. And here are the top 5 phrases which are already identified for this retirement. The first is yours sincerely. The second one, yours truly. Third, to whom it may concern. The fourth, regards, with best regards. And the fifth is with compliments. Generation Z is already planned the replacement with new age and more informal phrases, which are more straightforward and more blunt, I would say. For example, the best regards is changed with lukewarm regards, and there are more informal slangs like hasta la pasta and happy go lucky or slay serve survive. The Generation Z also plans to use the personalized acronyms and emojis. Imagine the email with having no signature, just emojis of happy face or angry face in the emails. In the new age world of microblogging and communication becoming more fast and more precise, wherein the greatest personalities of the universe or world address entire human race with a mere @ and few words of a small microblog or tweet or what we used to call it earlier. It's evident that only very meaningful and very essential things make sense and grabs attention. The attention, which is already reduced to drastically, and when I say drastically, it is not from hours to minutes, it's from hours to seconds now, which may be following to microseconds in near future, you never know. This has happened due to the invasion of social media and especially the short video formats, which is commonly accessed, like the Reels, TikToks, and YouTube Shorts. So why this things is changing. So there is the research is given by top 3 reasons. The first reason is 97% of workforce believe that the Generation Z wants to use new age communication languages and phrases. They tend to have this more informal communication in their language. And the second one is the formal phrases which are already used, which I mentioned earlier, is already identified. The top formal phrases which I mentioned already identified for retiring and not to be used more oftenly. We also see a change. I remember 10 years back, these yours truly and yours sincerely was a very common email signatures. At least now it's changed to best regards or thanks. And there is a large third one is there is a large percentage of workforce, the new age workforce, they want to use some personalized phrases, but they struggle to identify the right ones. A large number, 40% of this workforce struggle to identify the right ones which reflect their personality and also go in line with the formal or office communications. So the head of life skills at Barclays, Christy Mackesy, has identified three recommendations which can be used for modern age communications. The first is remember your audience. Remember your audience is about acknowledging and knowing whom you are addressing your communication to. If it is to a senior colleague or a senior partner in your business, you better try to be informal with them, but don't cross the line. Better to use something which is in between, not become too straightforward or cross the line of communication, which may become awkward for both the parties. Number second is ask the preference of the recipients. If it is your friends or colleagues, you can ask them whether they want an instant messaging or email, which is a more authentic, or a recording as a communication, which should be used regularly for an office normal communication. And the third one, most importantly, is watch your tone. Watch your tone is about getting informal and getting straightforward, but remembering not to getting rude during your conversations. So these three are the top 3 recommendations which Barclays suggests to new age Generation Z workforce to use it more frequently in their communications. And I recommend all of you to identify and use one of the new age communication in your daily communications, in your workforce communications. I'm sure it will be different from best regards or thanks which you are using, and you may mesmerize some of your colleagues and partners. Toastmaster of the day, yours not sincerely, Hasala Vasta.
A big clap for Toastmaster Ashutosh. And take 10 seconds pause to give everyone a chance to write a feedback for Ashutosh, Toastmaster Ashutosh. So to move on, we have third speaker of the day, Toastmaster Deepak. So Deepak Taneja, born and brought up in Delhi, left Delhi to live in the greener and cosmopolitan environment of Gurgaon for the past 5 years. With a love of tennis, walking, books, and movies, his expertise lies in the field of architect and built environment. Striving to and working towards a sustainable green future and leaving a lasting impact on the built environment. So today Toastmaster Ashutosh evolution is, Toastmaster Deepak evolution is being done by Toastmaster Ved. So I would like to call upon Toastmaster Ved.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day. The Toastmaster Deepak is delivering his speech from level 1 project 2, and the project name is Presentation Mastery Pathway. And the speech title is Vertical Cities, the Future of Urban Living. Timer, please note the time would be 5 to 6 minutes. And the purpose of this speech for the member is to present a speech on any topic, receive feedback, and apply the feedback to a second speech. Good luck to Toastmaster Deepak. Over to Toastmaster of the day.
So Toastmaster Deepak, over to you.
Thank you, Toastmasters. Thank you, Toastmasters Ved, and thank you, Toastmaster Neetal. Sky is the limit. The desire to touch the sky is ingrained in the human mind. And from times immemorial, humans have climbed up the mountains to touch the sky. But what do we see on the ground? We see the daily challenges of the Amber commute, the traffic jams, pollution, the decreasing green areas and play fields. What is all this? This is the urban chawl or the urban sprawl. So, vertical cities is a solution to this problem. And how do vertical cities help in mitigating these issues? But before I talk about the vertical cities, let me talk about why we are here. Why are we in such a situation? This is the challenges of urbanization. As per UN data, 50% of the world's population today is living in the urban areas. And by 2050, it will increase to 66 to 70%. India presently is at 35% urban population living in urban areas, and it is growing rapidly because India is developing and India is playing the catch-up game. So as cities urbanize, the population grows. So what do we need? We need residences, we need offices, we need commercial areas. And to cater to these, we need the civic infrastructure like roads, public utilities, plumbing, garbage disposal, electricity supply. And presently what is happening is our cities are expanding horizontally. And as they spread horizontally, they need more land. And where does the land come from? Well, it comes from the green forest, it comes from the water bodies, it comes from the agricultural land. So we are taking land away from nature and basically urbanizing ourselves. Along with this urbanization, what happens? When the horizontal spread of cities happen, the roads increase. Increasing in road, increase in the traffic jams, traffic pollution. There is reduction in the green habitat. Water levels of the reservoirs are going down. There is water scarcity. And there is also untimely flood. If rains happen, there is flooding everywhere. So the pollution is increasing because of all this urbanization. And this is basically the environmental degradation that is happening. So how do vertical cities help us? Vertical, as you can see in the word itself, means going vertical rather than horizontal. A vertical city in layman term is a city of skyscrapers. In a city where many or almost all of the buildings are multi-story, let's say above 20 to 25 stories, sky is the limit. And these buildings have all the necessary infrastructure like firefighting, plumbing, electrical, garbage disposal, and high-speed elevators. And along with that, there are these sky bridges connecting the other buildings. There is underground subway systems. And for a multi-story building to be considered a part of vertical city, one important aspect that it needs to have is it has to provide multiple functions. Functions which are required by a community of people, so that everything which a community requires, like residences, office, shopping, public amenities, recreational areas, are within its vertical fold. So typically, what is a vertical city building? At lower levels, it will have recreational, it will have restaurants, it will have commercial areas. Above these, there would be offices. Above that, there are the residences, hotels, service apartment. And top level, it will have observatories, clubs, recreational areas, and helipads. And within these vertical buildings, there are apertures, there are green areas created, there are planters, vertical gardens, atriums, solariums. So in all, a vertical building can actually house a society, and the society can get anything it needs within its fold. This building also has a reservoir of energy. The facade can have solar panels. The roof can have wind turbine. The building can take energy from the underground, that is the geothermal energy. And what is the lifeline of this building? It is the vertical transportation system. Today, we have these elevators who are going at the speed of 10 meters per second to 12 meters per second. 10 meters means 3 floors in 1 second. Please imagine you jumping 3 floors in 1 second. That is the level of technology that has developed. And then these buildings are connected through underground passages, underground subway systems. So let's talk about the benefit of these vertical cities. First is space optimization. When we free up the horizontal spaces and take it vertical, we are freeing up land. This land can again go back to nature. Second is efficiency and infrastructural saving. See, when we need less roads, people have less travel distance to commute. They will save time and energy. This is efficiency. Then, obviously, when you don't need so many roads, you don't need the power lines, you don't need the water supply, drainage, and all that system, and all that extra amount of development that we keep doing, this is saving on infrastructure. And today, these buildings are sustainable and they have a low carbon footprint. Why? Because they generate solar energy through their facade. They have wind energy on top. They have building management systems, which takes care of all the functions and basically provides the energy or the requirements to that particular area. Along with that, we are able to say, when we save on the extra amount of development that is happening everywhere and concentrate it in one place, so this will basically be a low carbon building. But along with that, we come to the challenges and the conclusions. The development is already going on and we need to save our planet. So my thought is the vertical cities are a solution and we should all emphasize and take it. Thank you.
A great speech by Toastmaster Deepak and great insights on how we can modernize our society. I'll give 10 seconds to write a feedback for Toastmaster Deepak on his speech. Please comment in the chat box. And if you have not commented earlier for other speakers, please do it. It will encourage them for further speeches. So we will be moving on to my topic, the TMOD theme for the day. And so we have discussed on what are the stress factors. Now the author suggests 9 toolboxes for overcoming the stress. So as the time permits, I'll try to speed up the discussion. So the first step is the inner games for the successfully overcoming the stress and controlling it. And what we cannot control is the toolbox. So the first one is stop. So how many of us try to stop in a given circumstances, to stop and take a step back, think what we are doing, how can we do it differently, and what will be the outcome of it. So the author suggests to step back when you are in a stressful situation, step back and think. Pause for seconds, pause for minutes, and then organize your thinking. Organize your thinking in a different way, what you're doing right now and what you could do better. And then proceed with the solution that you have come up with. So taking stops, taking pauses, or taking vacations from our problems is a good idea that the author suggests in the book. So we look forward for our weekends. So that is kind of stop that we are taking from our job. And it would suggest to keep taking stops. So it's author suggests to reflect on each day. At the end of the day or at the beginning of the day, step back and think, reflect on your day, reflect on your agenda of the day and what is causing the stress, and have a organized thinking to achieve the required goal. The second toolbox the author suggests is being the CEO of your life, becoming the CEO of the situation. So what is your mission statement? What are your primary product services? What are your policies? So when we talk about all this, it should not be a generalized concept. It should be what is close to your heart. What is the required thing that you have to do in your given circumstance, given situation? What is causing the stress? So the one that I liked is what did you sell your shares for? Did you share it for your job? Did you share it for your money? Did you sell your shares for having a status? And how do you buy back? So say you have sold it for money for a job. What can you do better? You can switch the job. You can take back, you can de-evaluate your situation, or sorry, not evaluate. What is called take sabbatical leaves or whatever it is called, to gain back your shares that is causing the stress. And what are your inner and outer resources that you have? What are the things you can do it, what you cannot do it? The third toolbox the author suggests is the 3 control. What don't I control here? What am I trying to control? And what could I control that I'm not presently controlling? So you cannot control the traffic on the roads. You cannot control your boss mode. You cannot control your kid's attitude. But are you trying to control it? Or are you trying to step up in your situation, to step up your resources to come over that problem or the stress that is causing? And then think about how you can control it, that you're not presently controlling. So if you having a issue in the code, all the technical guys would have. So you can try to read about it and try to control over the situation. So when you take a stop, that is the first toolbox the author suggested, then you have to come up with this. What are you trying to do? What don't I control here? So if you keep repeating this question whenever you are in a stressful circumstances or the situation, it will help you to overcome it. And the fourth toolbox is trying on a new attitude. So everyone has an attitude. So as soon as we wake up, we are waking up with an attitude, whether it is, as Anshuman suggested at the beginning of the session, that depending on the circumstances or the situation or the mood he is in, that kind of attitude he is wearing. So did you get into an attitude of not, I can't do it, or you are into an attitude of I can achieve it or I can do it? So the attitude is also dependent on the people around you and how they are treating you. So if someone keeps telling you that you can't do it, at the end your mind also says that you can't do it. So you have to ask your question, can you wear a new attitude? Can you practice what attitude you want to hold on to your life? So if you try to, so the first step is awareness. What attitude you have? So what if you find your attitude and don't like it? So I have an attitude of being grumpy. If I don't like it, what can I do? The first step is I'm aware that I have a grumpy attitude. And then what is the things that I can do to change it? So I'll continue this topic again, but now we will have our second section of the meeting, table topics. So I would like to call upon our Toastmaster table topics master of the day, Toastmaster Bob. A big clap.
Just opening it. Thank you so much for such a mesmerizing speeches today. It's been wonderful hearing all of you. Hopefully, the table topic session will be equally challenging for all of us. So I'd like to start with my first question. Volunteers, what do I pick?
Pick.
You are the master.
Yeah,
You
we
pick.
can. we can go with people who did not give speech and tabletop and T-mode. So people who did not get chance to speak.
Rather
Okay,
go.
so I'd like to pick my. I'd
and
like to. Sorry.
You can go again with the speakers and a team mode. They are like warmed up and prepped up for. You were prepping up for the table topic session.
I'd like to go on with my evaluator last speech that I was last speech that I gave. Toastmaster Wade. So the question is, what would be the top 3 items on your bucket list, and what is it that's stopping you from achieving them?
Okay, thank you, table topic master. So the top 3 bucket list item for me, and what's stopping me. The top 3 I would have to choose is it's not kind of like it has become a bucket list item for me, like learning swimming. I haven't been able to make some time for swimming. I feel swimming is a really good skill, or like it's enjoyable. That's what I feel, and I have been trying to pick up some time for this skill. That is one. Second thing is recently I came across you know some dome kind of system. I have been seeing lots of news regarding on Twitter. So it's a kind of dome system, like you can say, where people can watch the shows in a very different experience. So second is that. Third is that I want to make a song. So that is third thing that I want to do. What's stopping me is that I haven't been able to find some time. I know I have time, but I haven't been able to prioritize these things. So maybe I will find some time and prioritize. Definitely, I would pick swimming first, and then second this experience. So what I feel about it is that money is something that you can spend. Money, if you spend on having experience, that is a very well spent. So that is not spending, in my opinion. It's like investing your money in your experience. So these were the 3 bucket list items that I wanted to try, and I feel the time is and some little bit, dedication is the only thing that is stopping me to do those. Thank you. Over to you.
Toastmaster Wade. How many topics do I get today? Well,
4.
4. Okay, so Toastmaster Suraj. Toastmaster Suraj, what TV show is your guilty pleasure? Toastmaster Suraj.
TV show.
Yes, sir. Don't watch a lot of TV. Okay, so what is your dream vacation, and who would you like to take with you?
Okay, so my dream vacation is I was traveling to Spain and a few years back, and I was there, I tried to I find out time for visit to Switzerland, but I didn't because of some priority. And I I want to travel sometime to Switzerland, and that time with my family, not business trip. Switzerland is like a, a pleasant place in the world, and I heard about Switzerland, a m- many things about Switzerland, and it is interesting to it, it will be very exciting when I'll plan and visit there. So it is my dream vacation, and I definitely I visit there sometime with my family. That that's all. Over to you, Toastmaster Bob.
Thank you, Toastmaster Suraj. Switzerland would be mine too. Yes, Toastmaster Mike.
Sorry, there's a problem with Toastmasters timer app website, so I'm just going to be switching. Give me a minute, 30 seconds to ready the timer on screen.
Sure. In the meantime, I'll just explain to Toastmaster Neetal that guilty pleasure is something that you do not let people know. So, like my wife likes to watch Hindi soap operas, but if you ask her, she will always deny it, and you'll always find her watching it on her phone. That's guilty pleasure. She's sitting right next to me right now and laughing and showing me some really big eyes.
Actually, I didn't get this word guilty pleasure, and that's why I couldn't speak on this topic. Sorry.
So next time we'll do this topic again with you. Now I'd like to play while Toastmaster Mayank gets ready with the timer. I'd like to explain the next two topics. It's going to be a game. It's called Kiss, Marry, or Kill. And since Toastmaster Mayank is ready, we'll ask him to play the first one with us. Toastmaster Mayank, kiss, marry, or kill? I'll give you three names: Alia Bhatt, Katrina Kaif, Deepika Padukone. Who would you kiss? Who would you marry? Who would you kill?
On camera.
All right. First, I would like to give a disclaimer. Anything that I say should not be considered as my intention, because this is on YouTube Live. So if anything happens to any of the three actresses, Mumbai Police, Delhi Police, RAW, CBI, and any other enforcement agency, please don't catch hold of me. It is purely in sense of humor and for creative purposes only. Now, the three actresses that you named about, Alia Bhatt, Katrina Kaif, and
Deepika Padukone.
Okay, so I would not want to kiss Katrina Kaif because she's too much in limelight and attractions to everybody. I don't know, me kissing her might somebody attract jealousy or underworld people behind me. So she's ruled out from the kissing angle. From love, Deepika and Alia Bhatt. I think Alia Bhatt is cute, so she could be a contender for love. And marry, I am already married. I don't have that option anymore to marry any of them. Once married, you are killed forever, right? So I am done and dusted with all of these three options. Thank you so much. Back to you, topic master.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mike. Same question, Toastmaster Anshuman. And I'd like the three names to come from the group.
Okay, first two I can like kissing and marrying maybe my wife. Or not.
No, wait.
Certainly my wife. Certainly my
I have three names for you. I think.
Anshuman, you can delete like after going, even if it's live.
And
You can delete after that.
live and then delete, right?
I'm assuming that you are into English movies, right? Toastmaster Anshuman.
Yes, Toastmaster Bob.
Okay. So Julia Roberts, Sandra Bullock, and Priyanka Chopra.
Okay, Priyanka Chopra becomes a Hollywood actor, is it? All right. Yeah, if a fictional Anshuman existed who's not married, then who do we have?
Julia Roberts, Sandra Bullock, and Priyanka Chopra.
I think Julia Roberts looks like a person who'd enjoy marriage and will be great in marriage. So Julia Roberts for fictional Anshuman to marry. Then Sandra Bullock. I think a lot of movies she's in the action roles and she gets killed or maybe killing. So killing Julia Roberts, and the remaining person only qualifies for kissing. So that is what my answer will be.
Thank you. We can do one more. I'd like to hear Neetal's answer. Toastmaster Neetal?
Neetal answer for Julia Roberts.
No. We have Ranbir Kapoor, Ranveer Singh, and Vicky Kaushal for Toastmaster Neetal.
Sorry, who are again?
Ranveer Kapoor, Ranveer Singh, and Vicky Kaushal.
Okay. So as I'm not married, I don't have this obligation of having a fiction Nathan. So I would like to marry. Sorry, the last name was Kaushal, right? I am bad at Bollywood actors. So both the Ranveers are out of scope. So I would like to kill one and I mean, not kiss the other. I would like to kill both of them. I don't like their movies at all. And I would like to marry the third person, Kaushal. So it goes like having a choice will always be great. So if given the circumstances, I could do any of these three with any of them. Sorry. Over to you, Toastmaster.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, everybody, for taking part in this topic session. Back to you, Toastmaster Neetu, for the rest of the day.
Okay, so now we will move to our evaluation sections. So I would like to call upon our general evaluator of the day, Toastmaster Anshuman.
Thanks a lot, Toastmaster Neetil. Definitely, it was right on the edge BBC meeting. I don't even know the rules for this, but I guess this is within the rules. I am hoping. But anyhow, thank you, Toastmaster Bob, for testing us, and thank you for your patience, everyone. All right, since we just have technically 11 minutes, I think Toastmaster Mayank and I will be right on point. And besides, we also have the speech evaluations. Okay, I don't think we have the time today, but okay, Toastmaster Mayank and I will strive to be very concise today, but we'll start with the speakers' speech evaluations to begin with. So first of all, I'd like to invite Toastmaster Suraj to share his feedback regarding Toastmaster Neha's speech. Over to you, Toastmaster Suraj.
Thank you, General Evaluator, Toastmaster Anshuman. Everyone in our life has a mentor, and who guide us or who suggest us to excel in our life. And Neha has shared or delivered her speech well, and the content of the speech was very on this topic was very well shared. She started with the reference of author, I guess, Mori, and with reference to Mori, uh, she shared how mentorship is important in our life. Clarity of the speech was very good. The content of the speech is excellent. It is mesmerized with all of us. Couple of things which we have not I have noted down is she delivered the speech. The content of the speech was very good. She delivered the speech well. However, the initial 2-3 minutes, I saw some distraction in her eye contact or in her while speaking the speech. I'm not sure whether it was not well prepared from her side. I would recommend her to prepare the speech uh, because this is the prepared speech section, and we have to come with well prepared so that no much distraction happens while speaking. The purpose of the speech was like taking feedback on unintentional body language, awareness of the body language, and learn, practice, refine of and uses of non-verbal communication, which I guess missing in this speech. I'm not sure it the purpose of the speech and the uh, speech delivered is matching. So that is one feedback, and I request Neha to work upon those things, so that the purpose of the speech and the speech delivery should be matching with each other. The overall speech was excellent, and everybody can connect when she was referring that her family member, her sister was supporting her, and she excelled because of her in math, and maths become her interesting subject going forward. So it was very inspiring story and anecdote which Neha has shared with us. Overall, this speech is excellent, and I congratulate Neha for upcoming speeches. Uh, I'll recommend her to work upon, and well prepared speech would be fantastic. Thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster Anshuman.
Thanks a lot, Toastmaster Suraj. Now I'd like to invite our next speech evaluator, who's going to be Toastmaster Mayank, to share feedback for Toastmaster Ashutosh. Over to you, Toastmaster Mayank.
Thank you so much, General Evaluator. So, Toastmaster Ashutosh, you presented a level 3 project 4 from Dynamic Leadership Pathway from the title Yours Not Sincerely. And when I first heard the title, I was like, oh, who goes not sincerely? This seems to be so not a positive message to hear. The moment you started with the retirement party and saying that it does not belong to you, I was actually quite interested in what you were to talk about. It was a great way of engaging the audience and connect that, okay, he's not talking about his own retirement. That's, usually you may have thought about what else retirement could it be. And then you brought on these phrases or words that we've been using mundane, like in our school, yours sincerely. The letter to the principal had to be written with ending yours sincerely. Letter to the parents being written as yours truly. Now those letters are gone. And the research topic that you picked up was amazing from this aspect. You, in your speech evaluation, in your speech, you also brought in numbers and data about 40% and 50%. I felt that maybe bringing those numbers, you could have brought in a few more numbers and quoted the research. One research institution that you've been talking about was the Barclays, but I was not sure is the Barclays Bank or there another arm, or is it Berkeley or some other education institution you're talking about. So I was a little confused that, okay, what does a bank has to do with the English language, doing away? So maybe spelling out the details of the institution will add more credibility, or the speaker being able, the audience being able to correlate and determine the authority on which they're talking about. One of the great part was that you presented alternate phrases or solutions which people can use. Lukewarm regards. I don't think anybody will say regards or use that word lukewarm regards, right? So you can maybe and says cheers, great to have you, looking forward to connect with you, or nice e-connect, other phrases which the young generation can resonate. Our generation still can't resonate with probably what the young guys are thinking in their mind. So from a solution point of view, maybe you could have consulted a few young generations and said that what is naturally fitting to you, and you could have added that. I felt at some point of the screen items you were reading from the screen, and you should avoid that. And maybe the camera position can be in such a manner that your hands are visible. That allows the better utilization of frame than I am talking only like this and only my face is visible. That will really restrict that what your heart is saying out. And so it's always better that you prepare your speech, your title, your cutouts, and maybe you have your bullet points and you talk about those aspects than reading. Or maybe you have read it, you have a text in front of you, it's fine, but you should have read it or by hearted so much that you are using few words as keyword and say, all right, now I'm going to talk about this word, and maybe you just use some statistics. But overall, it was a great speech, worth a level 3 project, and yours not so truly and sincerely, Toastmaster Mayank. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mayank.
Thanks a lot, Toastmaster Mayank, for that feedback. Last but not the least, I'd like to invite Toastmaster Ved to share feedback for Toastmaster Deepak.
Thank you, General Evaluator. The Toastmaster Deepak. The sky is livid, and I'm convinced that vertical cities are the solution. So very well done on that. You met the speech objectives and the project objectives. One of the best thing for me in your speech was the way you started and asked the question, reflected, and gave the answer. So second key highlight was for me was your confidence. So very well done on that. Now we will talk about the content part. So given it was informational speech, it was very well written and very well researched. You gave numbers throughout the speech. So the message was well delivered that the vertical cities are the future. Now, if we talk about a bit about the recommendation part, I realized that you stood near to the camera and sometimes you were using hand gesture, but it was not visible. So maybe try to stand a bit far from the camera and just before the meeting, you can try, do a little bit, front camera setting that your hand gestures are visible. Because what I felt, if the hand gestures would have been more visible, then the message could have been more louder. So maybe you can do that. And if I talk about the delivery aspect, you have leveraged your voice modulation. The pacing of your voice was really well. Kudos to that. And I talked about the confidence, right? But the confidence was so good that you looked as a subject matter expertise. So very well done on that. Somewhere you also given a context like 10 meters to 3 floor. I really liked it. Maybe you would want to use some more in your speech. So given your speech was informational, right? It becomes hard to find audience. So you did a absolutely great job on that. Summarizing the whole evaluation, overall, it was great speech for me. It was well researched, very well done. You might want to challenge yourself to use more hand gestures, stand bit far away from the camera, set it before the meeting. And your confidence was giving extra charm to your speech. Looking forward to hear more speeches from you. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thanks a lot, Toastmaster Ved, and thanks a lot to all the speech evaluators. Now, I think Toastmaster Mayank and I are going to do pretty rapid evaluation. Over to you, Toastmaster Mayank, to share your timer report for the day.
Perfect. So as a timer, here's a summary of the timing spoken. I am going to be talking about it. In speaking section, Toastmaster Neha spoke for 6 minutes 20 seconds, and Toastmaster Suraj took 3 minutes 44 seconds for the speech evaluation. Toastmaster Ashutosh spoke for 7 minutes 14 seconds, and his speech evaluation by me was for 3 minutes 22 seconds. Toastmaster Deepak, spoke for 7 minutes 28 seconds. And Toastmaster Ved evaluated his speech for 2 minutes 41 seconds. I am not clear on Toastmaster Deepak's duration because I thought the evaluator said this speech duration is 5 to 6 minutes. It's actually 5 to 7 minutes, and grace of 7 minutes, another 30 seconds. So I think the speech qualifies, but I will leave it to you for evaluating what your timing was. In table topics, Toastmaster Ved spoke for about 2 minutes 2 seconds. Toastmaster Suraj spoke for 1 minute 30 seconds. My speech in table topics was 1 minute 23 seconds. Toastmaster Anshuman spoke for 53 seconds, and Toastmaster Neetal, you spoke your heart out only for 42 seconds, or only for the guy whose second name you knew and not even the first guy. All right, that's my summary on the timer report. As the R counter, all right, so there were too many cards and flashes I was doing, so please, I apologize for a briefer our counter report, but yet Toastmaster Neha, you spoke the as a filler clutch word once, so three times, like twice, because one, I twice, and twice, and you took a couple of long pauses three times. There were a few repetitions of this is how, they, or maybe, that I could note down. Toastmaster Ashutosh, your hours were about six, the twice, extra usage. So was about three times and twice, and about three long pauses, short and long pauses. Toastmaster Deepak, you had about 2 hours, one the three times so, and I felt the word also was repeated maybe two or three times as an addition. Toastmaster Neetal, in your speech, in your role as a team out of the day, you spoke 1 hour, two times one times the extra. So I think is something that you've been using very frequently. So what is the question that is coming in your mind, Toastmaster Neetal? And two words were repeated were take and what. Toastmaster Ved, in your evaluate in your table topic role, I think you spoke about 2 hours, one some two times like, two times I, and two times and. I was occupied with the timer cards in the table topic section, so I couldn't note down any further in that section. In evaluation, Toastmaster Suraj, you had about 3 hours, four and about two ands, and Toastmaster Ved had three one three so, two likes, and about three ands. And that's the brief report from my side. Thank you so much, and continue doing good work. Great, thank you, everybody. Back to you, General Evaluator.
Thanks a lot, Toastmaster Meg. Now for my pretty brief, pretty rapid evaluation for all of us, starting with being the grammarian for the day. So a lot of good usages. We had 3 speeches and 6 speeches worth team-out today by Toastmaster Neetal. So the good usages included bind ourselves to time, doing it stress-free, not just unravel the mysteries and the equations, heart of life, low carbon footprint, and guilty pleasure. I think guilty pleasure was the phrase of the day. So definitely a lot of good usages, not so good usages, which can be improved for the next time. Step up on your current situation. Can we step up beyond the current situation? Top 3 items I'll choose is, can be top 3 items I'll choose are, and given it today is, will be given today. Word of the day again was used generously. Thanks to all those who used it, including Toastmaster Bob, Toastmaster Suraj, myself, Toastmaster Mayank also, I believe. But yeah, let's keep on mesmerizing ourselves as we go through our lives. As for general evaluation, the meeting started 5 minutes late. Request all the role players to try and join 5 minutes before or 10 minutes before, so that we can start the YouTube live on time. What my learning was that as soon as you click the YouTube live button, it goes live. But on YouTube, it shows it's going live. So a lot of bloopers on YouTube today. You can go and check it out yourself by yours truly himself. But yeah, that was my learning for going YouTube live. As soon as you click the button, you're YouTube live. As for Toastmaster Day, Toastmaster Neetal, I think very well presented speech where you thoroughly prepared a deck. Definitely you loved the book. And I'm sure all of us, especially I, have some learnings, quite a few learnings from your presentation, including converting pressure situations into challenges. I think that was my biggest takeaway. That if I'm stressed in the future, I'll convert any pressure situation into challenge and try and keep it stress free as much as possible for maximum productivity. So thank you. I think that was worth the entire meeting time for me today. what definitely in terms of feedback I was sharing with you in private chat as we were going along is, first of all, definitely the time aspect. Since we just have 90 minutes for the meeting, we have to time team mod accordingly, roughly 7 to 8 minutes. So we might want to prep up that way going forward. Another is on the structure of the meeting. So before the team mod script does not come before and in the middle of the speeches. I think that is something we should take care of, because the speakers themselves are in so much stress, and usually the spotlight has to be on the speakers. But beyond that, you can use your time generously to share all the insights you have for the day. Though definitely very well prepared Toastmaster of the session. I was very curious when I read your title of what's this going to be about, but definitely totally worth it. Moving forward, coming to the speech evaluators, I think all the speech evaluators use the CRC approach, gave gave feedback according to their point of view. My suggestion to the speech evaluators is going to be that we just focus on the structure and the content of the speeches that is there, and not generalize any feedback. That and as much as we can supplement it with examples, the better. For example, if we focus on vocal variety, we can give an example. This is the statement and how that person can improve upon it. And similarly, if, for example, any part of the speech you find it to be say misaligned or not aligned, this is what you observed and this is how the person can do it next time. Just focusing on this speech of the day. However, overall, I think quite a good learnings and feedback given to all the speakers. So kudos there. Tag team, I think tag team was struggling today, which was just Toastmaster Mayank and myself. I think as EC, we really need to go back, think about how to place, especially the timer. I think our count and grammarian still get sorted. But timer, if we can automate it or look at alternative options, or someone can pick up beforehand. I think timer requires taking up 1 day before, I guess. As for our count and grammarian report, our count and timer report, thank you Toastmaster Mayank for stepping up, coming up with innovative solutions, and being the lead for the team as always. Overall, it was a very structured meeting. I think all of us took a lot of learnings there, and I look forward to the next meeting already. Thank you. Over to you, presiding officer or Toastmaster Day, Toastmaster Needle, to close the proceedings.
Yes, a great learning for all of us today. And as we are running out of time, I will try to take up the theme meeting again sometime. And now I'd like to hand over the stage to Toastmaster Suraj, the presiding officer of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Nathan. Okay, so this is a great meeting again. As usual, now the Bright Beginning Toastmaster Club is like a every time we do a great meeting, and we learn lot of things every time. Yeah, so Anshuman, on the polls, I guess you will be doing the poll. Yeah, okay. So this is the poll. Request all of us to vote.
Just have 4
Okay.
votes as of now out of 8, 5 out of 8, 6 out of 8 now, 2 votes
9.
remaining.
9.
Yeah, ninth is me. I can't vote actually. But if in case of a tie,
Why?
no, even in case of tie, I can't vote because
Why?
in one of it there's like 3 ties. Oh no, there's a tiebreaker already. There's 1 vote remaining. Only 1 person hasn't voted. Who's that 1 person?
Ved, Ansuman, are you
I
there?
guess Ashutosh was driving, so
Oh, right. Oh, he has
Ashutosh,
voted.
yeah,
Thank you, Ashutosh.
okay.
I have voted. I have shared my vote.
Thanks a lot. Yeah, we have all the votes.
Toastmaster Anshuman, if there is a tie, you can use your veto power as a president.
No, we don't have it. Like we got the tie released.
Okay.
Yeah, we have clear results for all of them. Should I declare the results, Toastmaster?
yes, yeah, please.
Yeah. All right. Starting with the best role player between Team or Toastmaster Neethal, General Evaluator Toastmaster Anshuman, and Table Topic Master Toastmaster Bob. Any wild guesses who it can be?
Toastmaster Neethal.
Yay! Toastmaster Neethal.
Winner with a chicken dinner.
Who gave us so many stress-free lessons that she can start her own art of living course for Bright Wing Toastmasters Club. But thanks a lot, Toastmaster Neethal. Next, actually we have a tie, but that's a very funny tie. So best tag role player between Timer Toastmaster Mayank, Counter Toastmaster Mayank, Grammarian Toastmaster Anshuman.
Both are winners.
Yeah. So it's 3-2-3 actually, the voting. Timer 3, Counter 2, Grammarian 3, 5. Yeah, 3-2-3. Okay, best table topic speaker was a tie between 3 folks, but we had a single vote at the end which broke the tiebreaker. And best table topic speaker for the day is Toastmaster Mayank. So it was between Toastmaster Ved, Toastmaster Suraj, and Toastmaster Mayank. There was a tie that is broken. Best evaluator. This was also close one, but with margin of 1 vote, it's Toastmaster Mayank again. Wow. Best speaker.
Thank God it was not me.
Oh, how humble of you, Toast. Not participating in any meeting before. But anyhow, Toastmaster best speaker for the day
Toastmaster Deepak.
is
Toastmasters.
Toastmaster Deepak.
Yay!
All right, thanks everyone. Over to you, Toastmaster Suraj, to conclude the proceedings.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ansuman, with these interesting polls. Okay, so now I guess we can conclude this interesting and with this
We'll
the
take one
complete
group pick.
achievement. Yeah. Sorry.
One group pick.